Good morning everybody. My name is Lakshmi Bhavani. I am from Oxford High School, Uppugonduru. Today I would like to teach you the classification of elements in the periodic table from chemistry. The topics to be discussed are Doberni's law of triads, Newland's law of octaves, Mendeleev's periodic table and modern periodic table by H.J. Moseley. What is the need for arrangement? Of course, we are talking about periodic table, and in periodic table we are having elements. Of course, what is the arrangement? What is the need for arrangement? Have a look here. This is a medical shop, right? How the medicines are arranged here? They are segregated into a proper manner. When we go to a medical shop and we have asked for a medicine, the chemist immediately will pick from those medicines and he will give us whatever we want. How it is possible? Because of the segregation. So proper arrangement is required. Likewise, observe this one. The grocery shop. Usually we will go to grocery shop and we want to purchase anything, means any grocery like rice or sugar and salt. Immediately the grocery shop person will get that one because of the proper segregation of the things. Likewise only. Yes, there is a need for arrange the elements in a proper order. Okay, first of all, we have to know about the history of the elements. In 16th century, there are only 13 elements, and those few elements are divided into metals and non-metals based on their properties. Those are physical and chemical properties. 18th century, 11 more elements are discovered, and 19th century, 63 elements are discovered. Yes. Then coming to 20th century, the total 118 elements are discovered. Those are 91 naturally occurred elements and 17 synthetically observed elements. Next, at present, do you know how many elements? It is more than 118. 119 elements are there at present in the modern periodic table. The first thing today we would like to discuss about Doberni's law of triads. Doberni's law of triads. See here, this is Doberni's picture. He is Doberni. A German chemist, John Wolfgang Doberni, noted that there were groups of elements with three elements known as triads. In 1829, Doberni proposed his law of triads. What is called triad? Triad is nothing but a group of elements. How many elements are there in that group? There are three elements. Three elements with a group that is also having similar chemical properties. The three elements in a group having similar properties, it is called a triad. So, Doberni, he arranged the elements in an increasing order of their atomic masses. Each element in each group or a triad possess with similar chemical properties. Doberni's law of triad states that the relative atomic mass of middle element in each triad was close to the average of the relative atomic masses of the other two elements. See here, what Doberni's law states that he arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses and he proposed the triad. Triad means nothing but a group of elements, a group of three elements, that is called a triad and having the similar chemical properties. If we arrange the elements in increasing order and based on their chemical properties, then we will get the atomic weight of the middle element by calculating the average of the first and third element. So just we'll have a look in the example. I have taken here lithium, sodium, potassium as a triad, and what Doberni says, these three should be same should be having same chemical properties. Yes, of course, lithium, sodium, potassium are similar in their chemical properties, and 3 are there in a group, so it is called a triad. Now see, I'm taking the average. Atomic mass of the first element, it is lithium, it is 7.0, and potassium, the third element, atomic mass it is 39.0. I have taken the average, I got 23.0. This is calculated one. Let us see what is the real atomic mass of the sodium. It is 23. So Doberne's law stating that average atomic mass of the first element and third element gives us the middle element's atomic mass. This is what Doberne's law of triad. There are few limitations for Doberne's law of triads. Let us see the limitations here. All the known elements could not be arranged in the form of triads. So Dobberny, he made the triads, right? Arranging the elements in the form of triads based on their chemical properties. But he failed in arranging all the elements in the form of triads. And the next limitation is the law failed for very low mass or for very high mass elements. He is unable to arrange in the form of triads for very low mass elements, at the same time very high mass elements. For example here, fluorine and chlorine bromine. The atomic mass of chlorine is not an arithmetic mean of atomic mass of fluorine and bromine. Why it is failed? Let's have a look here. 3 elements, fluorine, chlorine and bromine, it's a triad. And of course, this will show the similar chemical properties. Let us see here. We will apply this Doberne's law to these 3 elements. What is Doberne's law? Doberne's statement, the average of atomic masses of the 2 elements, that is first one, fluorine, that is 19.0, and bromine, the last third one, it is 79.9. If we take the average, I got 49.45. See here, this is the 49.45, that is the calculated one, and the real atomic mass of chlorine, it is 35.45. There is a lot of variation in there. So Doberne's law ruled out for this set of triad. So this is the major limitation of Doberne's law of triads. These 3 are the limitations. Then Doberne's law ruled out. Just we have seen the Doberne's law of triad. Let us move to the next one, Newland's law of octaves. Newland's law of octaves. He is John Newland. He is a British chemist and he proposed his theory in 1865. Just observe on the screen. Notes are there. Indian music system contains 7 notes. Those are Saregama Padani. Usually you will call that one Saregama Padani Sa because the 8th one will repeat and it resembles with the first one. Likewise, British music system or Western music system, it contains the notes Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti and Do will repeat. John Newland, he arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic mass. Then he arranged the elements by following the music system pattern. So he arranged the elements into 7 groups. So each group of elements, it is resembling each other in their chemical properties. You just observe on the screen here how he arranged from hydrogen to oxygen, and then again fluorine comes under hydrogen and up to sulfur, and again chlorine comes under fluorine. See here in this table that those are arranged in their increasing order or ascending order of their atomic masses. Then he observed a pattern, that was every 8th element from that of the starting element, it is resembling with that of the first element's properties. That is called the periodicity. That is the most important one observed by Newland when he arranged the elements in the ascending order. Newland's octaves states that when elements are arranged in the ascending order of their atomic masses, they fall into a pattern in which their properties repeat at regular intervals. Just we have seen that he arranged the elements in increasing order. Then we observe that one. Every eighth element it is resembling with the properties of that of the first element. That is called at regular intervals. The elements are showing their properties similarly. Every eighth element starting from a given element resembles in its properties to that of the starting element. Newland's octaves, even though he arranged in a tabular form, he is the first person. He told about the periodicity and he arranged the elements into the tabular form. He is having few merits and also demerits. First we will look into the merits. Newland was the first person to assign atomic numbers to the elements. Till then we discussed about the atomic masses only. But Newland is the first person who arranged the elements in according to their increasing order of atomic masses. But he assigned the numbers to the elements. And first he is the first person to arrange elements in a tabular form also. Elements showing periodicity, just now we have discussed. Periodicity is nothing but repetition of properties after a regular interval of time. Let us see now Newland's law of octaves having a few demerits also. What are those? Till then 56 elements were discovered. Newland's what he did? He arranged all those 56 elements into a tabular form. But he did not expect any new elements and he did not leave any space for the elements in his table. Next demerit it is certain elements which are dissimilar in their properties were fitted into the same group. For example, cobalt and nickel are grouped with fluorine, chlorine, bromine. Let us see here. This is a table proposed by Newland and it contains 56 elements and he arranged all the elements according to their ascending order of atomic masses and then he divided into 7 groups. See here, he arranged into groups and those eighth element, every eighth element from that of the starting element, it is resembling in their properties with that of the first element. But here one thing it is there. We can say it is as a demerit. Fluorine, chlorine and bromine, cobalt and nickel were placed in the same row. Why? Because what he told, according to Newland law of octaves, the arranged elements are showing the similar properties. But in this group what we have observed, he arranged the metals and non-metals both together. This is one limitation. The second one, up to calcium, the table following the law. But after the calcium, the law of octaves failed. See here, the calcium, up to calcium, if we calculate, if calcium, we suppose calcium is the 8th element from that of the starting element. It is resembling with that of the first element. So up to calcium, from hydrogen to calcium, all the elements are resembling in their properties. First and 8th element, it is same their properties, the same only. Up to calcium. But in this table, after calcium, there is no resemblance. This is one failure. What is it? All the elements are following the law of octaves. Because first and 8th element, it is resembling in their properties. But up to calcium only. Just remember this one. This is most important. Up to calcium only. Yes. What we have completed till now? Dauberne's law of triad. Dauberne's law of triad, what it is stating? The average atomic weight of the first and third element in a triad gives us the middle element's atomic weight. Next, Newland's law of octaves, what it is stating? When we arrange the elements according to their increasing order of the atomic masses, we can observe the periodicity. That is nothing but every 8th element from that of the starting element, it is showing the similarity with that of the first element. What it is similarity? Similarity in their chemical properties. But even though Newland proposed new law of octaves and he arranged in a tabular form all the elements, and he is the first person who assigned the atomic numbers to the of the elements, even though his law also ruled out because he arranged 56 elements in the tabular form, but his law, what it is statement, it is applicable up to calcium only, but not to the all the elements. And again one more thing, it is what he says, he said that the 7 groups are containing the similar properties elements, but it is not applicable because fluorine, chlorine, bromine, those are coupled with cobalt and nickel. Just we'll move to next one, what it is, Mendeleev periodic law or Mendeleev's periodic table. It is the most important one. Let's move to the Mendeleev periodic table. He is the Mendeleev and his full name is Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev. Mendeleev proposed the periodic table in the year of 1869. You just observe the picture. He worked a lot and he used to call as father of periodic table, right? He worked a lot on the elements and he find out the periodic table and he arranged the elements in its proper positions in the periodic table. He assigned the elements particular positions in the periodic table. How much work he would have done? See here. He used to write the elements in an increasing order on the walls. Later, he used to divide the elements according to their similar properties. Then only he concluded that the elements should fix in particular positions in the periodic table. Let us see what Mendeleev periodic table tells. Mendeleev periodic table salient features. Now we will see. This is a table proposed by Mendeleev. This is called the periodic table. And see here, he divided the table into groups and periods. First of all, Mendeleev arranged the elements into a chart in systematic order in the increasing order of their atomic weights, same as Daubeney and Newlands. Mendeleev also arranged the elements into their ascending order of according to their atomic weights. Next one, he divided the chart into vertical columns known as groups. See here, this red color one denoted as group, first to 8th. These are called groups. See here, the red color one from top to bottom, the arrow mark it is showing, this is called a group. And next one, the horizontal row. This is known as period. See the yellow color line. Periods are denoted with Arabic numerals 1 to 7 actually. This one here it is showing 6 only because those are 2 series are there. See from period from left to right. The arrow mark from where it is starting and where it is ending, that is called a period from left to right. These two are most important throughout this chapter. We will speak about periods and groups only. Each group is divided into AB subgroups. Just observe there. Those are 2 subgroups A and B. First group it is divided into A and B. Even second one it is divided into A and B subgroups. Each group contains elements having similar chemical properties. So Mendeleev arranged the elements according to their increasing atomic masses, and he arranged the elements those who are showing the similar properties arranged in one group. But he divided that group also into A and B subgroups. Elements in a period differ in their properties. Actually, these groups are containing the similar chemical properties. But whereas periods, we have seen that yellow color one, these periods elements differ in their properties. See here, first group, second group up to 8th group it is there, and again each group is divided into A and B subgroups, right? Then periods from left to right. First, what we have stated, the Daubeney arranged all the elements according to their ascending order. See here, from lithium to fluorine, 6, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15 and 18. Isn't it increasing order? Yes, increasing order of their atomic mass. See here, the next observation. Yes. Why there is a question mark? Because Daubeney left few empty spaces. Even that he arranged all the elements in a tabular form, but a few spaces he left because he is the father of periodic table, right? He expected that new elements would be discovered, so we should leave a space for the new elements. Like that, he guessed their properties and he left few spaces for the elements. We will discuss later about those. We'll see the some of features of Mendeleev periodic table. What he's trying to say. The law which regards the properties of elements in the periodic table, that is called periodic law. Nothing but it's a periodic law. Properties we are telling, right? So the elements properties we are studying in the particular periodic table. The law which regards the properties of the elements in the periodic table, it is called periodic law. These are all half mark questions. Just concentrate on this. Next, Mendeleev periodic law. What the law states? The law states that the physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic weights. Of course, it is right only. Just now we have seen all those elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic weights. That is only law statement, that one. Predicting the properties of missing elements. These are all salient features of Mendeleev periodic table. What he has done, those are all called salient features. You just listen carefully. Predicting the properties of missing elements. Based on the arrangement of the elements in the table, he predicted that some elements were missing and left blank spaces at the appropriate places in the table. Just we discussed about. See here, Mendeleev believed that some new elements would be discovered. He named those elements tentatively by adding the prefix eka. Eka is nothing but it's a Sanskrit word that means one. To name the elements immediately. He predicted the properties of elements, namely eka boron, eka aluminum and eka silicon. See here, the question mark, above the question mark in the table, aluminum is there and above that one, boron is there. And you can see here the next one, aluminum, next one silicon, it is there same like that, silicon down the silicon, that is empty. So he predicted Mendeleev based on the properties of the previous element. So he is expected like one element should be there. So he did not try to fit some other element in that gap. Because of that reason only, because of his expectation only, he is called as father of periodic table. Remember this one. So he named those elements like eka boron, eka aluminum and eka silicon by adding the prefixes like eka. Later, the discovered elements scandium, gallium and germanium, which are resembled with the proposed properties. After Daubeney, no one discovered the elements. Later, after so many years, after the three elements were discovered with the same proposed properties. Those are called scandium, gallium and germanium. Just observe this table. Atomic weight of the proposed and predicted and observed. Those two. Eka aluminum, we will resemble that one as Ea, and eka silicon it is Es. Next, the observed one, the newly found one, that is gallium in the place of eka aluminum and germanium in the place of eka silicon. See here, that was discovered in the year of, gallium discovered in the year of 1875, whereas germanium discovered in the year of 1886. Even though he predicted their properties and atomic weights, everything, Mendeleev predicted and left the place. Isn't it great? Yes, of course. Just observe this here. Atomic weight of eka aluminum. It is the predicted one. It is 68. Later, after finding out the gallium, what its atomic weight? 69.72. It is almost nearly equal. Next, Eka silicon also 72. Like the density also we can see here 5.9 and gallium it is 5.94, almost equal. Eka silicon density it is 5.5 and germanium it is 5.47. Similarly, formulas of oxides. When this Eka aluminum reacts with oxygen, it is giving the chemical formula like EA2O3. When gallium, after discovering, it reacts with oxide and giving the chemical formula like Ga2O3. It is same only. Like that, similarly, Eka silicon and germanium. Even when Eka aluminum react with chloride, it is giving the chemical formula, the product. What it is? EaCl3. Whereas coming to gallium, it is GaCl3. Even germanium also it is GeCl4 and Eka silicon it is EsCl4. See here. Isn't it clear? All those are very similar. So the predicted property by Mendeleev, it is very similar to that of the observed property. For this reason only we left the places in the periodic table. Next, see what he has done. Correction of atomic mass. Mendeleev's periodic table helped in correcting the atomic masses of some of the elements based on their positions in the periodic table. In the periodic table, he adjusted or corrected the atomic masses because atomic mass is nothing but equivalent weight or equivalent mass into valency. If we have calculated wrongly, it won't fit into the table. So he corrected few elements atomic masses. For example, atomic mass of beryllium was corrected from 13.5 to 9 based on the properties which are similar with calcium and magnesium. Atomic masses of indium, gold and platinum also corrected. Mendeleev, one more thing, it is most important. Mendeleev's salient features anomalous series of elements. See here again the table. What he has done? What is his statement? He arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic weights. See here. Few elements are there. Just observe cobalt and nickel. What is their atomic weight? 58.94 for cobalt, 58.68 for nickel. So, increasing order, isn't it following? No, but he arranged like that. Very few variation is there in their atomic mass. Actually, nickel has to come first and cobalt has to come later. But he arranged. What's the reason? And like that, one more it is there. Tellurium and iodine. Iodine has to come first because its atomic weight it is 127 and whereas tellurium's it is 128. Why he arranged like this? Because cobalt and nickel, when we compare, those two are having very minute difference in their atomic weight. Based on the chemical properties, cobalt it is resembling to that of the group elements mostly. So he made that arrangement, that is called anomalous series. This is the most important one in Mendeleev's periodic table because he predicted and he arranged. That is the most important thing. He helped a lot for arranging the elements into the modern periodic table. How he helped? Let us see it. Of course, Mendeleev has done so much of contribution in the arrangement of elements in the periodic table, even though his periodic table it is having few limitations. What are those? First one it is position of hydrogen. The position of hydrogen in the table is not certain. It can be placed in first A as well as in the group 7th A, as it resembles both with alkali metals of first A group and halogens of 7th A group. The second limitation it is anomalous pairs of elements. What are the anomalous pairs of elements? certain elements of high atomic mass precedes those with lower atomic mass. Just now we have seen in the table, those are tellurium and iodine. Which has to come first according to Mendeleev periodic table? Iodine has to come first, but he arranged tellurium first based on the properties. That is also one limitation because there is no explanation. Just he arranged based on the properties only. And similarly cobalt and nickel. Those are arranged, first cobalt will come and later nickel. Whereas nickel has to come if we look into the arrangement of ascending order. And argon and potassium also it is showing. Argon it is 39.948 and potassium it is 39.102. So which element has to come first? Potassium. But argon will come in the table, which were placed in the table by deviating the ascending order of atomic masses. These are the limitations, and few more limitations we will see here. That is dissimilar elements placed together. What are those dissimilar elements? Let us see. Elements with dissimilar properties were placed in same group as subgroup A and subgroup B. We all know that one. Mendeleev arranged the periodic table into groups and periods, and again those groups are divided into two subgroups called A and B. In A subgroup he arranged the alkali metals like lithium, sodium, potassium, whereas in B subgroup the coinage metals copper, silver and gold, Cu, Az and Au in first B group. But these two are belongs to first group only, correct? But these two are not showing in the same chemical properties. There is no resemblance because alkali metals, lithium, sodium, potassium. But copper, silver and gold are coinage metals. This is the limitation because dissimilar elements these are. Chlorine, which is a non-metal, and manganese, which is a metal, is placed in the same way. Just observe this table here. First group it is divided into A and B subgroups. Under first A, lithium, sodium, potassium, whereas first B containing copper, silver and gold. So all these are showing different chemical properties even though they were arranged in a single group. Similarly here chlorine and manganese, whereas chlorine is a non-metal but manganese is a metal, but both are arranged in group only. These are all the limitations to Mendeleev periodic table. Of course, at the time when Mendeleev introduced his periodic table, even electrons were not discovered. Even then, the periodic table was able to provide a scientific base for the study of the chemistry, for the study of the new modern periodic table. In his honor, the 101th element was named as Mendelevium. You can observe in the modern periodic table, the 101 element it is Mendelevium. Mendeleev was nominated in 1905, 1906, 1907, continuously 3 years for Nobel Prize Award. However, his work paved the way for many other laureates who went on to be recognized for their external or elemental discoveries. Mendeleev is called as father of periodic table. We all know very well about him. This is most important. This is the basic. Mendeleev periodic table is the basic one, and he has given and he showed the path for the modern periodic table. He is the first person who arranged the elements in a tabular form and basing on their properties and basing on their atomic masses, and he is to call as father of periodic table. And this Mendeleev periodic table also called as short form of periodic table. Of course, the topics discussed today we have completed Doberan's law of triads. Doberan's law of triads stating that the average of atomic mass of the first and third element gives us the atomic weight of middle element. Next, Newland's law of factors, what it is stating, every eighth element from that of the starting element it is resembling to that of the first element's properties, and that is called nothing but periodicity. These two, Doberan and Newland and Mendeleev. Mendeleev also what he said, he arranged all the elements according to their increasing order of the atomic masses only based on the properties, but he has given a tabular form clearly, and he divided the tabular form into periods and groups. Again, those groups are divided into subgroups like A and B. Of course, these three scientists, they have done so much in the formation of the periodic table, mostly Mendeleev. That's why we used to call Mendeleev as father of periodic table, and his periodic table calls as short form of periodic table. He has shown a path in the formation of or in the discovery of modern periodic table. Yes, here comes the modern periodic table by H.J. Here comes the modern periodic table by H.J. Moseley. He is Henry Moseley. What Henry Moseley is stating? Henry Moseley, 1913, found that each element emits a characteristic pattern of X-rays when subjected to bombardment by high energy electrons. What he is saying? When each element, it is when we observe the bombardment with high energy of electrons, he observed a characteristic pattern of X-rays. What it is stating? By analyzing the X-ray patterns, Moseley was able to calculate the number of positive charges in the atoms of respective elements. When an element subjected to bombardment with high energy electrons, then he observed the patterns, the X-ray patterns, and he calculated the number of positive charges in the atoms. Atom containing only positive charges. What will call that positive charges? We'll call that one as protons. And along with that protons, we'll have electrons also. Those are of negative charges. So, element it is containing both positive charge, protons and negative charge, electrons and neutrally charged neutrons. Let us see here. With analysis, Moseley realized that the atomic number is more fundamental characteristic of an element than its atomic mass. After observing these X-ray patterns, what Moseley is suggesting? He realized that the atomic number is the most predominant one than atomic mass. Here he raises the atomic number. Till then, the three scientists we have seen here, who are they? Daubernier and Newlands and then Mendeleev. These three scientists proposed their laws based on the atomic mass only. But after observing the X-ray patterns, Moseley, he realized that, and he believed that atomic number is the predominant one in arranging the elements. See here. Then the periodic law changed from atomic weight concept to atomic number concept, which is called the modern periodic law. Then the modern periodic law statement, we can say that the physical and chemical properties of elements are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. The modern periodic law states that the physical and chemical properties of elements are the periodic functions of the electronic configurations of their atoms. How it was changed? Yes, of course. Just now we have seen that the statement is periodic functions of their atomic numbers. Of course, the element it is containing only protons? No. Even it is containing the negatively charged electrons also. Especially when the electrons enters into the subshells. That is the more predominant. That is called electronic configuration. So, the modern periodic law, it is stating that the physical and chemical properties of elements are the periodic functions of their electronic configurations. This is the modern periodic law statement, and now let us see the periodic table. Modern periodic table by H.J. Moseley. This modern periodic table, also called as long form of periodic table. See how he arranged the elements in this long form of periodic table or modern periodic table. How many groups are there and how many periods are there. What are the elements arranged in groups and basing on what property they are arranged, and why those last two lines, those are called in the transition elements, why they are arranged down in the periodic table. What kind of elements we are having in the periodic table, like how many groups, and under these groups how the properties are changing, we'll discuss. See here how many elements are there? 118 elements. Have you observed where is mendelevium? Yes, you just find out where is the mendelevium and see here. What's the predominant thing here? The elements, all these elements in the periodic table are arranged basing on their atomic number rather than atomic mass and basing on the electronic configuration. That's the most important one. Okay. And all these we'll discuss about this modern periodic table properties, everything we'll discuss in the next class. We learn today all the four laws. First one, it is Doberne's law of triad. Doberne's law of triad stating that average of atomic masses of the two elements, first and third element, gives us the atomic mass of the middle element. And Newland's law of octave, what it is stating that every eighth element to that of the first element resembling with the properties of the first element. Next it is Mendeleev periodic table. He explained and he corrected all the few atomic masses of the elements, and he explained about anomalous series, and he arranged the elements in increasing order of their atomic weights. All the three, Dobereiner and Newland and Mendeleev, explained and arranged the elements based on the atomic weights. Next, coming to modern periodic table, it is by H.J. Moseley. He arranged the elements according to on basis of the atomic numbers rather than atomic weights. He strongly believed that atomic number is the predominant one rather than the atomic weight, and he arranged the elements in the modern periodic table based on the atomic number and mostly based on the electronic configuration of the elements and electrons. These are all today we learned. This is for today. Thank you.